In this video we're going to be looking at the break. First of all, before we even get to the break shot, we need to rack the balls. I'm racking the balls here according to the World 8-Ball Pool rules, with the yellows forming this tick shape. Once you have all the colours in place, make sure the spot is in the centre of the space before dropping in the black ball. You then need to push all the balls together as tightly as possible. If there is room, push your fingers into the back of the triangle, making sure there are no gaps. Then tip the triangle up and away from the balls so that you don't disturb anything as you lift it up. It's really important that all the balls are tight and touching if you want to get a good split on the break. Look closely at the balls, particularly the ones at the front, to make sure everything is touching. If there are gaps, then momentum will be lost between the impacts, resulting in a poor split of the balls. If someone else is refereeing the game and has racked the balls, have a look at everything before you break, and don't be afraid to ask them to re-rack them if you can see any gaps. It's too late to complain about a bad rack once you've taken the shot. Where you place the cue ball behind the line for the break is very much down to personal choice. I find that placing the ball about a quarter of the table's width in from the cushion works best for me, but everyone has their own preference for this. Now, you could break off with your bridge hand on the playing surface. Whilst this is okay, it's not ideal when trying to get any power into the shot. The break shot needs to be hard if we want the ball to split nicely and hopefully make a pop. When we play a shot hard, the natural forward thrust of the body means we tend to come up on the shot, and an open bridge doesn't give us much stability in this situation. Therefore, I would suggest playing this shot with a closed bridge from the side of the table. Because the bridge hand is then further back, I then move the cue ball back a few inches as well, so that I'm not reaching too much for the ball. The closed bridge keeps the cue down as we move forwards and helps to stop us hitting high on the cue ball. The other advantage of this bridge is that you can pull the whole body forward slightly from this grip, giving even greater power to the shot. Exactly how you form this bridge is again down to what you feel comfortable with. You could have both the thumb and the index finger over the cue, or what I like to do is use the back of the thumb as a guide inside the cue, and then the index finger over the top holding things in place. Once this is all then firmly in place, we deliver the cue and thrust forward with the body to create as much power as possible. In terms of aiming, we're looking to hit the first red ball as full as possible, therefore concentrating all the power through the rack. If you hit the first ball only half ball, then much of that power is lost as the white flies off to the side. If we look at the action in slow motion, you can see a couple of key points. Firstly, I'm addressing the cue ball towards the bottom of the ball. Now, this is not because I'm necessarily wanting to put any screw back on the ball. It's because with the natural inclination to move up on the shot, you often end up hitting higher on the ball. By aiming at the bottom, I'm more likely to end up hitting the centre of the ball and generating the most power. The second thing to note is how far I push the cue through the shot. As you can see, there's a huge amount of cue between the tip and the bridge hand. Pushing the cue right through and trying to keep it low will again help to generate more power. The break shot is an important shot in the game, and if you can pop and split the balls nicely, it gives you a distinct advantage, so don't forget to practice it.